Hi there, traders. So let's talk about a very strong pattern, and now we can talk about it because I was making the emotional mastery, the blueprint there. So now we can talk about, and what we was talking about was discipline. So what is actually coming with the discipline more when you actually mastering your muscle memory is because now you do your discipline every single day. You're gonna push it and push it and push it because it's have to be like that every day. But little journey, what I was doing back in the days, my discipline was the ice bath, the cold plunge. You're gonna go inside the cold water 3 to 5 minutes because that's the heavy one, and that's the super good if you get that thing in your muscle memory. It's a very strong one there because your body is healthy and all those other things. But now is the thing, when I was starting that discipline, how much I have the thinking in my head, like do I do it, do I go now, like in the beginner level. But those are the real thinkings, those are the real emotions, those are the real patterns, our true patterns. Pardon? Those are our true patterns in our mindset. But now is the thing, so when we think about it, now I'm gonna go into the cold water, somewhere between when I was starting thinking about it, I made already the pattern. So now when I'm still thinking about it, did I go now or go now or go now, all the time I'm gonna go lower and lower and lower and lower. But I already made the pattern where I have opportunity to shift that. I'm gonna go straight in the cold water right now. But all the time when you're thinking, more lower you're gonna go, and then you have to find, more lower you go, more you have to find, the more support you have to find to actually push it now to the same pattern what you make before, to actually go and take, yes, I'm gonna go right now. That's the real emotion what you're actually feeling, and that's the muscle memory. Like, you have to push the discipline so far you actually feel those things, how your body language, like how we're going ups and downs. That's our real thinkings, that's the patterns and all emotions behind it, and we have to connect with those emotions because that's exactly what is happening all here. That's a pure human behavior. Basically, that's the pure human. Millions and millions of people are actually trading here. And we have to push a discipline so far we actually get it, we actually feel it, we understand it. And that's where the muscle memory is. Like, if you train and train and train, it's gonna become muscle memory. It's a so much smoother path to understand trading and realize and then take the trades, when you're mastering more and more and more. Your trading is going so much smoother and less thinking, and you are the warrior. That's all my message, to be honest. And every single one is. So right now, let's take this pattern here, exactly what was happening last week. So what we have, we have huge movement downsides, manipulation. And remember, when I was talking about last video, we don't trade before all this is over. We don't trade when all this is over and we break in the lower. We break the lower places, and now we break under, and that's the pure you know, the market algorithm, or how to say it, it's now back, you know, because it's end of the massive manipulation, and now we have to back those, you know, kind of original movements. But soon as when we was back the original movement, we make the zone here, and this zone is box of opportunity. And what is opportunity of that box is to go higher. So now if I'm gonna bring that zone here, you see how the market is kind of like pulling those zones. You feel it through the motion, you know, the same zone, you feel it through the motion. We have pulls, we like, it's pulling, especially this one, but that's not good because, you know, it's a very impulsive one, you know. So that's why we have emotional mastery, and you know, those impulses levels are kind of like what is going on, you know. It's like it's basically you're gonna fake yourself out. Let's say here I make the pattern, I wanna go swim now, but I didn't go, but I make the pattern here. So that's mean wherever my emotion is back in the same place, the same opportunity, you know, I wanna go to water, it's gonna be here. After that, it's gonna be say yes, and you know, let's say your take profit is up here somewhere, and that's like the time frame when you're gonna do it, because the thing is, you create that thing. That's something what we have to understand, because we create this zone here. So we create this, so we are the creator of all that. It's a strong one, and it takes loads of mastery, but it's a pure emotional language here. And that's just, you know, one way of the deep thinkings, and to realize those things, because that's your journey of the, you know, trading mastery. It's everything is in your head, like every single thing, it's there, and you kind of, you know, balancing out it. You have no attachments, no, you know, no pushing, no pulling. Your harmony is, you know, perfectly balanced there, and you can see through the noise and manipulation what is happening here. And the candlesticks are the, you know, the language, you know, the language what we don't speak but we feel it. It's like pure emotional language. But back to the point. So now the price is ding ding ding, it's big. But other thing what I want to tell you is why those movements are kind of like, sometimes they are super good, but sometimes like that's the places where the manipulation happen quick and fast. You know, that's the, you know, manipulation, pure manipulation. You feel it. It's the same thing when I say like now, okay, I'm gonna go in the gold, and then I didn't do it. But that's the same super impulsive movement with loads of energy. And then I didn't do it, and then I'm straight back the same place where I was. So that's the super interesting thing what we have to realize. So we have to back the same place. And now this structure here is super interesting, because we have the same zone here, the same opportunity. But now this opportunity, the box of opportunity, it is exactly the same, you know, it's aligning with the level of holder. So now we have the level of holder and the box of opportunity, you know, because the price is same, you know, price is back exactly the same place, same fast, how it was going up and how it was going down, and the price is here. So now when I'm gonna make this rejection low here, like what I see here, you know, we have perfectly, you know, basically the harmony here. You know, the prices didn't break the lows, price didn't break the highs, and price is bouncing. So why I see that is because we have this one here, and 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 we have this one here, this one too, and then we have this nice, you know, breaking structure, you know, strong retest. But that's the zones why I see it's perfectly balanced. And now that zone here, this gonna be very solid zone for me, because I have all this journey and feelings behind me. Now I know when we're gonna break that zone, our first to go back to the same place when we make the pattern, that's the same place here. And what's the principle here? Break. Principle is break, retest, and going back that zone there. So what we have break, retest, and we're going back to that zone. And that's one of the new things what you can now feel it. That's something what is, it's very hard to talk about it, because I don't know, because we feel it inside our brain. Talking about feelings, like this. But now what we do, so now we have this box of opportunity here, and look at that, we have nice switch of that zone, with nice retest and going higher. So where was the last zone here? Has to be this one, because that's the manipulation, and that was the previously here. Yep, 100%. So we have this push down sides. Yeah, this zone here, because that zone is lining with the level holder too, so this one is pretty strong one here. So what we have here, so in that case we have kind of like something more, because all that zone now what we're gonna go higher, it was a huge manipulation movement before. So that's mean like, so now is the one thing, if the market structure or your own emotions actually respect that zone. Because when we disrespect, in those lows we get huge rejection downsides. But now you take the opportunity and you take, yes, I'm gonna go to the cold water right now. So that's mean we're gonna respect that, and that was exactly what was happening here. Your trades higher here, and the first one actually too, and actually the first one is even much better, because that's the pure mastery what you can do and how you can hold trades longer, not only take like 1-2 candlesticks. Come on, we want to mastering the trading mindset here. So that was your first entry, 100%, solid entry there. So break and retest entry, stop loss, last candlestick, week low, and right now that will be your first target, because now you know exactly what that zone was and what is the opportunity inside that zone, and right now the opportunities go that place. That's a big opportunity. And if you are the dude trader, you're most likely you don't gonna close your trade here, because you know exactly what is the opportunity, and you're gonna bring that thing all the way up here, and that can be your second entry, and the take profit is same. So that's 19 risk reward ratio, and this one 9.2. Beautiful. So that's something new what we're gonna bring in now trading, but that skill set takes years and years to develop, and not giving up. Like, don't skip your disciplines. Like, if you want to be a trader one day and you want to truly mastering the mindset, you're never gonna skip any days. I'm gonna tell you that, because I didn't, and that's the thing, like whole message in this what I'm doing is actually, you know, to reconnect our warrior insights. You know, it's very important. You know, it's very important to found that connection. You know, I think it's very important. But that's the new thing what we're gonna bring in the trading. Let me know, like write some comments in the, you know, questions. Let's bring it back. But that's the first expression of the new things what we can realize and optimize and actually really try through your own personal life, you know. And that's why I think, you know, the emotional mastery video what I was doing, why we have to push the discipline a little bit more, you know, because it's the same thing, you know, like if you put your bar so high, it like sounds crazy to, you know, to complete, you know, your bar or the, you know, the level or your goal where you want to reach. Like I put my goal so high, it was just, I didn't even see that, you know, it was impossible to reach. And that was the reason why I reached it. That was the reason, because I take, you know, this crazy challenge and just, you know, the mastering the trading mindset. Come on, it's mad work, you know, it's pushing through the ceiling, everything. But that's how you learn, because that's how I was learning, because I didn't know anything back in the days, to be honest. When I first started learning, like my worldview was so small, it's just incredible. Like I have no idea I was living world like that, and I'm human, what I'm right now, and you know, the self mastery and all those things, I have no idea. Your avatar and your characters and, you know, your chuck, all this work, you know, I didn't have zero clue, you know, like yeah. But yep, I'm gonna finish right now. If you have questions, leave the questions. I'm gonna answer. If it's good question, I'm gonna answer with video, and I'm gonna see you every single one tomorrow. Thank you, and ciao.